Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So can you click it, please? I hope that you all recognize this. Yes, just another strange security code that you need to retype all the time when you are trying to get into some internet banking application or you are trying to authorize the transactions. These codes are not only inconvenient for the user, they are also quite expensive for the bank because they are typically used in the banks. For a typical, let's say, medium-sized bank in Europe, it costs around €1 million every day, every year, just to send those messages. Of course, these messages are sent for a reason. They are sometimes called second-factor authentication, and they are there to validate your identity and, of course, mitigate fraud. But there is a better way around. Can you click? Okay. So we at ThreatMark, we invented user identity verification solution that is capable of invisibly verifying your user identity based on behavior traits such as fingerprints, such as typing behavior, such as gestures, such as device interaction patterns, and more. These things are invisible for a user. So user doesn't even know that he's going through an authentication process. And at the same time, it's continuous. So the user got authenticated hundreds of times throughout the session. It is so reliable that in 90% of cases, the user doesn't need to go through any further authentication step. And of course, that dramatically increases the user experience. At the same time, 90% of costs for those messages that the bank normally sends are saved for that. The market for this is huge. There is a new legislation called PSD2 in Europe that basically dictates that every bank and payment service provider needs to perform such strong customer authentication. And also big companies such as big identity providers such as Microsoft or Google, they also started to use this two-factor authentication. And the move, the Europe is always ahead in terms of security when compared to US, for example. So US is yet to become familiar with this type of authentication and this type of problem. Can you click? Yeah. At ThreatMark, we are building this solution since 2015. We are a company of 40 people. We are based in Czech Republic in 2 branches. And we already were announced as the largest provider of fraud prevention solutions in Czech and Slovak Republic.
1 minute.
And we also closed 14 banks. These are some of our references. As you can see, some of them are part of bigger banking groups. Okay. In terms of money, we are targeting $3.5 million in this year, out of which 2.5 is recurring annual revenue. We are profitable since September 2018. Now we are looking for a Series B investment at the amount of $8 million. That should increase our ability to scale in terms of deployments, as well as the sales organization and the partnership ecosystem. This is something that we would like to receive by the end of 2019 to expand and achieve the targets. My name is Michael Trestner, and I thank you for this, and I'm eager to talk about this throughout today.
So you're currently working based in the Czech Republic. You are, I assume, focusing also on Czech customers. What other markets are you approaching?
It's not 100% true. We already have worldwide customers. We have one in Canada, one bank in Africa, one in Indonesia. So we have a few here and there. And we, of course, don't do this alone, using our direct sales. We leverage the partner network. We are partnered with the big companies such as Gemalto or HID that are basically using our solution. And we would like to continue this way.
So the actual solution, is it implemented in the hardware or is it a software solution?
No, it's a software solution that could be implemented in an organization, typically bank, as a virtual appliance, or it can be served as a software as a service from our cloud. And both deployment options are supported.
You have logins everywhere, so I imagine this also works for non-banks. Do you have any clients there already?
Yeah. So our current focus so far was at the banks because this is part of a bigger solution that we sell as a complex anti-fraud solution for banks. So the banks are logical primary target, but as you said, other industries could leverage this technology as well, and we don't have any other customers except banks yet. But we would be targeting this when we conquer the banking.
Super. Let's have a very big round of applause.
Thank you.